I'm worried my girlfriend is cheating 22M20F. It all started when she mentioned a guy friend she met on Tinder last year. We have only been together for 10 months now. She said they have never done anything together and I don't think they did. She says that she tells him everything and I think she even tells him personal stuff about me that I tell her in confidence. She has other guy friends and I have girlfriends I made while working with them in the military, but this friend in particular I have a bad feeling about. I told her how I felt about him, saying I had a bad feeling about him and only him, hoping she would understand or reassure me at the least. Instead she goes off on me, getting angry and saying things like we need to take a break, he's just a friend, he would never try anything. I didn't start thinking about it again until she told me they're going to get coffee together. Only thing is I just flew home yesterday and I don't know why they want to go out now of all times. She asked me if she can grab coffee and I said yes because I didn't want to be controlling. She turns her location off randomly, but I try to not say anything because then she gets angry. I never usually look at it, but now I do just to see if it's off or not. She was on her way to my place and I was watching it to see how far she is, and I see her stopped at a house I never seen before and I asked. The next day she turned it off. She also took me off her Instagram bio and profile picture, saying she's trying to fix it, but that was months ago. I'm not sure if I'm just overthinking or not. She is all I have after I was discharged from the army and I'm terrified of being alone in a state where I know nobody anymore. Any advice would be appreciated. Redditor's reactions, story 2 after. Redditor 1, it sounds like she's ducking with you bro, doesn't reassure you without aggression, and keeps pursuing communication even to the lengths of coffee with them right when you fly back into town. It's either unnecessary worry on your part, and she's less attracted to that like most people, or she's actually kinda keen and is being defensive. Op answer, there's a lot more to it than this. All of my friends say she's manipulative. If she's mad and it's not even my fault, then I have to fix it. Usually by buying her something or sleeping with her. Redditor 2. Starting fresh can be scary, but do not let anyone take advantage of you. By the description given I am worried for you. Plus she is unwilling to start a real conversation with you about this. I know you feel as she is all you have, but that is not important. You have you, and at the end of the day you are enough and deserve to be loved by someone who is upfront and respectful to you. Please take care of yourself and I wish you the best. Trust yourself and believe that you are enough alone. Op answer, I'm trying to wait and see what happens. If her location goes off again or if she doesn't respond within an hour while being with him, then I'm going to do it when I get back home. She currently has my house and car keys and I'm scared she's going to go to my place with him. I'm in an extremely rough spot in life and I can't handle any more stress. Redditor 3, it's sad that this is the only person you have. Start working on yourself and your situation because this is going to end badly for you. Op answer, everyone I knew there is now in Korea for a year. My best friend I met in basic and my roommate doesn't talk to me even if I try, and I have no idea what happened. It's just a lot going on. Story 2, I am 27, found out my GFF 28 cheated just before we broke up. So a bit of background, my now ex-GF and I lived together for 3 years after graduating college. I got a contract job that requires me to work at another state for about 3 months while she stays behind. She has a job too. After telling her about it, she sat me down and we had a long discussion about the future of our relationship, and we concluded LDR wouldn't work for us and decided to end things on a friendly note. I guess it partly was due to both of us being busy with work that we barely had time for each other despite living together, and that made us distant. So I wasn't exactly surprised at the decision to break up. The problem is that right after the discussion, I went to our bedroom to start packing and found her phone buzzing with messages from her co-worker. Since it was pretty late, I was curious as to why someone from her office was texting and opened it up to find various pictures of her and the co-worker on a date just 2 days ago, captioned with heart emojis and everything. On that day, she told me she was meeting up with her old college girlfriends. Also a week ago one night, I caught her talking excitedly on the phone in a really low voice. I thought it was because she didn't want to wake me, and when I asked who it was she said it was her sister. Now I'm not so sure. So my question is, do I confront her about this? Or should I just ignore it and move on since we've already broken up? Redditors' reactions, story 3 after. Redditor 1, move on with your life. Redditor 2, it would be better to move on. However, I know in the moment I would have said this is her ex-boyfriend and that you just found out about her cheating. Then tell him he should get tested. End all contact. Redditor 3, move on bro. She belongs to the streets. Did you get the dude's number? You can send him an anonymous STD warning just for pettiness. Story 3, I 30M fell in love with 26F. I've been dating for 5 months, knowing I'm moving away soon, and she isn't emotionally ready for a relationship, and likely have to end a mutually uplifting positive thing. We met 4 months ago and have done so many amazing things together and traveled to Switzerland to climb, hike and eat. So much of our time has been shared through it, many late night conversations about all of life, laughs, and love. We share so many core values and views, goals on how to navigate the world around us and what we want in life, and so many shared interests, passions. The emotional, intellectual, and physical chemistry and compatibility are the best that I've had with a partner. She has everything I'm looking for in what I would want in a wife, and she has said the same about me. Also, we have not been dating other people. The timing is just not good, even though she has said you would be everything I'd be looking for in a husband, and I don't want you to be the one that got away. She was dating a guy for 6 years, living together, ready to marry him, which ended due to his cheating, just a few months before meeting me, and needs to learn how to become her own person. I was already planning a cross-country move but wasn't 100% certain, to live in a mountain town that has all of the outdoor recreation one could dream of for 2 years. She is not emotionally or mentally available for a relationship and needs to take the time and space to find her own sense of fulfillment, happiness, and self-worth independently without a partner. We both agree that it's such a special and rare connection, that came so unexpectedly, and I've allowed myself to fall in love with her. There are so many things we haven't had the time to do together yet, like climbing mountains, and so many places to travel that we've talked about. We've talked about how we understand she needs the time and space to work on herself and get where she wants to be. She also wants to stay in touch, but doesn't want me to wait around for her to be ready. She also isn't sure if she really does need the time for herself, since she doesn't want to lose me or have me be the one that got away. She wants to come visit to ski and climb when I move in a couple of months, but also is unsure if that would even be healthy. She is confused on what would be best for her to do. I don't think there's any easy answer, and that it might be for the best to go no contact and move on from each other so she can have her time and space to develop her own fulfillment and be ready for someone else down the road. If it was meant to be, then circumstance will pull us back together in the future. Has anyone else had to end an extremely positive and uplifting relationship due to circumstance that isn't either person's fault? Now we just have 1 week left together, since I'm going out of the country for a month, and then I'm moving 3 weeks after I get back, and are enjoying it like it's the last time, but I don't want it to be the last time, but I know for someone I love I do value her happiness and well-being, even if that means it isn't with me. While I'm overseas the next month she wanted to separate, and not stay in touch, but she also says she doesn't actually want that because talking to me and knowing about the adventures I'm on makes her really happy, so why end something that gives so much fulfillment? She is definitely confused and I want to stay with her and wait it out. Story 4, should I try to save my relationship with my girlfriend of 6 years? Me 22M and my GF 22F have been together since high school. We had problems since year 1 or 2, but nothing too major we couldn't handle. Back then nearly every time we argued it was either because she was jealous and or I didn't love her enough. The jealousy part was about me looking at someone, nothing physical, or talking. I tried to show my love for her in any way I can, but it was never enough. At the start of this year she met a guy through a common friend. At first they just talked, which I was okayish with. But once when she was in another town on university field work, they partied and after that she cheated on me with him. She told me after that she is terribly sorry and it won't happen again and everything. I was devastated and only stayed with her because she forgave me a lot of things and I still loved her. I told her if it was to happen ever again I would break up. Their story didn't end there sadly because they kept talking. Since then she have been trying to decide what does she want. She says that she can imagine her future with me but not with him. But she makes her feel passionate and loved and I don't. I always told her to make up her mind and she always said that she is going to, she just needs a week or something. It have dragged out for months and a few weeks ago we agreed to that she won't talk with either of us for a week and after that we will decide what we should do. This was after they had final meeting to end it, but it didn't happen. After the week she said that she doesn't want to be with him, but neither really with me too. Then we talked and she said that she cheated on me multiple times with me after the first time. I was ready to break up, but couldn't because I loved her and we had built our life together. Then we didn't break up immediately. The next day when in talk trough everything, I couldn't look past that she did it again and didn't even told me. I was sad when we met. She got angry with me that I was sad and wasn't loving her. I told her that I couldn't love her until she finally moves on from him. Then she got angry at me too and since then we are pretty much doing the no talk week again. Do you think that we can save the relationship, or is it worth it? If yes, how should we do it? Story 5, wife left for affair partner. D-Day was early September. I 42M discovered wife 36F on security cameras bringing AP into our bedroom. We have a 5-year-old son. We were together for 12 years and married for 6. I made all the mistakes. Begged, pleaded and cried. 2 weeks she stayed in the house going back and forth between wanting to work it out and then more discovery of her contacting AP. Finally she moved out to be with AP, and I served her with a separation agreement. She got angry about it and countered with her own attorney to go straight for the D. She has an enabling family, which is probably why she is the way she is. I've learned a ton from this hub and implemented it. Been no contact for at least 2 weeks. I should have started sooner except to talk about our kid. We have joint custody, and she is being a good parent, but she has introduced the AP to our son. Nothing I can do about it, says the lawyer. She is going to get half of my 401k, half of the house. I have to explain to my son why we have to move out of the only home he's known. She is telling everyone that she is leaving an abusive relationship. But a lot of our mutual friends see through her BS. She is telling our son that we both ended the marriage. I know when he is old enough he will be able to see the truth. I will never lie to him, but until the divorce is finalized I don't want to risk being accused of alienation. I have PTSD from the discovery of them in our bed. Luckily I have had a lot of good support from friends and family. Got therapy and meds for nightmares, Prazosine, it works. And Lexapro to help me get over this HMP. Walking for 30 minutes twice a day. I've made way more progress than I ever thought I would at 2 months out, but still a long way to go. So far she has not engaged in any cake-eating behavior. Except for the first couple of weeks. I think this is an exit affair. We did have problems in the marriage. She said she felt unloved and like I never wanted to go places with her. She delivered the "I've been hurting a long time" line. She shows zero remorse or empathy during the whole ordeal. I wanted desperately to believe that she was in limerence, but I know now that it doesn't really matter if she is or not. Cheating is black and white and I can never trust her again. It feels like such a tragedy, but it's true. I'm 42 and I can't imagine finding another relationship at my age and with a kid and a cheating co-parent that I have to stay in contact with. Redditors' reactions. Redditor 1, can you use the video of them against her to protect your 401k? Also, was your son in the house when she brought AP into your marital bed? You will get through this and in time will probably see just how toxic she was. Op answer, she turned off the cameras to mask the AP coming and going, but she screwed it up because I got headlights and AP's car as well as indoor audio of them cutting up and laughing while me and my son were at my parents' house. And yay, I saved everything. Son was not there during the time. I also have phone conversation of her admitting to the affair and I am in a fault state. Redditor 2, I'm sorry man. I am the victim of an exit affair as well. She bailed on me about 5 months ago. Married 30 years. She wasn't happy but never said a damn word. You know, the usual cheater script. In your own marital bed is icy cold. I'd burn that asset. Mine has also shown no empathy, no remorse, no guilt, no regret, no nothing. Her only regret is how her actions have affected her, with the family dynamics she's screwed up. I guess the fortunate thing is my sons are adults. She's trashed the relationship with them, they've lost all respect for her. I'd hate to imagine having to continue to deal with her. Op answer, same thing. She was not happy but never really said anything. She never insisted on counseling, never read a book, or watched a video like mature adults do. She just dropped a bomb on our family. I realize now that she just is not who I thought she was. I realize that I did not have strong enough boundaries, and I let her trample on them. Redditor 3, if you live in an at-fault state, why is she getting soon much? Do they work together? Report him, tell his wife, family. Tell her family the truth. Control the narrative. Good luck to bad rubbish. Op answer, adultery has no effect on division of property. It will only help me with alimony possibly. Maybe it will protect my 401k but there is no guarantee.